I ain't the kind to wear a tie. Button up from 9 to 5. I tried that life but said goodbye. I'm not always polite, but I get the job done. Who says the work can never be fun? I'm simply unprofessional. Simply unprofessional.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Simply Unprofessional. I'm your host, Webby. Joining me tonight, we got the birthday man himself, Devin.
Hey, what's up?
Happy birthday, Devin.
Thank you, sir.
And Pop says happy birthday, Damascus.
And I appreciate it
And
so much.
Mom commented that she wished you a happy birthday on Facebook, and I told her, yeah, I know, I saw. I was like, it's almost like you have another son. She's like, yeah, I adopted him. He just doesn't know. It's like, well, all right.
I'm okay with this. I do consent to be adopted.
So we're brothers now, as if we were before.
I'm fine with this. I mean, it is 2020, and you need consent for everything. So
that's true.
I give consent to be adopted.
All right. So I woke up this morning and I told you, I said, hey, SU today, whenever you want to do it and whatever you want to talk about, because
it wasn't so much a question as it was a demand.
Well, the SU today was the demand part, but I said, yeah, essentially, whatever you want to talk about, it's your birthday, you get to choose. And that was me.
Like, SU today, you're picking the topic, whatever you want to talk about. I'm like,
I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. I was using your birthday as an excuse to pawn off topic onto you.
I mean, you were.
And it's not that we're struggling for topics, listeners, because we've gotten feedback from all of you, and I have a list of topics to do.
And if all else fails,
we have a back catalog of episodes.
And if all else fails, there's Reddit. Reddit always comes through.
Yeah.
Even when you don't think it will, it comes through.
So, I know one of the things you wanted to talk about was you had an inquiry as far as DC predictions, and you had me watch the recent Arrow episode. And then I don't remember what else you wanted to touch base on. You gave me two topics, and then you said something else. I
mean, I got back my ancestry.
Oh yeah, your ancestry.
You just covered that because I'm still doing like the full thing, so I'm still in the process of getting more information and whatnot. But I mean, just for I guess background percentage wise, we can talk about that.
Yeah, let's go over that first.
Me and John may be related.
Oh man,
I know, right? It's sad. It's a sad day.
No, why you're part Canadian now?
No,
you're Welsh. I should say you're Welsh.
So. Yeah.
All right. Damn. Well, I mean, there's only like 4 people in Wales, so there's a good chance you and John are related. He's not gonna. Well, I don't know. He's been listening, so
he is. Well, that was more of a diss to Wales than anything.
Yeah. Well, all right. I'm sure I'm gonna get an earful. I'm gonna get a Facebook message from John.
No, you're gonna get worse.
Excuse me, sir.
You're gonna get worse than an earful. He's just gonna spring an impromptu Welsh history podcast on you via text message.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say, John's going to message me on Facebook and say, excuse you, Sir Webby, but Wales has 153,000 fucking people who live there, and they're all from this,
Wales.
Listen, John, this was just a friendly jab, and I don't know anything about Wales.
How much did you say?
Yeah, I don't know. My joking one?
Or
153,000 people.
I mean, you're not far off. It's only 3.139 million.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever.
You're not far off.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, to be honest, I'm a lot closer than I thought I would be.
I mean, there you go.
So, I mean,
all
right. So let's go over your ancestry thing. So you're Welsh. All right.
So my ethnicity estimate is England, Wales, and Northwestern Europe, 23%.
Now, is that your highest percent one?
Yes and no. It's
Okay.
like from one specific area, yes. If you're gonna like bulk regions together and like countries together, no.
Okay.
Because then I'm 21% Nigerian, apparently.
Oh, you're like a Nigerian prince.
I called it.
Why is it every time I hear Nigeria, I just think, oh, Nigerian prince?
Because
Because that's like the bad guy in every action movie is some like.
To
Nigerian
be fair, I
prince.
did send out a lot of emails asking for money. So,
all right, well,
I mean, to be fair. By the way, if anybody would like to help out, I know a Nigerian prince who is in desperate needs of transferring some funds. He just needs a small down payment, $250,000. You can wire that to Simply Professional, and we will take care of it from there.
That's right.
We will take care of it. I promise. It will be in good hands. But yeah. So then I'm 20% Mali, which is another. Let me see. Mali's modern boundaries were drawn in 1890 when French Sudan was created and united two very different regions: the Sudanian savannas in the south and the Sahara Desert to the north. These man-made borders make our Mali region a mix of diverse people, but geography has always played a key role in Mali history and people. So yeah, somewhere over there.
Okay.
In that area. Then 15% Germanic Europe.
All right, so Germany, right?
Yeah, I think that puts us in Germany. Yep. Dutch and German.
Hey, I'm part Dutch.
Deutschland.
Yeah.
What else we got here? 13% Cameroon, Congo, and Southern Bantu.
Okay.
There we go.
Now, where are these places?
That's the heart of that's like the heart of Africa. That's like
okay.
Central Africa.
Okay.
Then it gets like smaller percentages from that point. Those are the major ones. Then it gets to like 2% Swedish, 2% Eastern Europe and Russia. Boom! Come on, 2%. Come on. One download.
Yeah.
One fucking download. You can't do that for me.
That's all we asked for, people. Come on.
I'm basically one of you at this point. Like, come on. It's on paper, so it can't be wrong. So yeah. So there's that. What else we got? We got 1% Norway, 1% France.
Oh, you're French.
Yeah, I know. That's why I made Roy French. I had to represent.
Fair.
I had to represent.
We have this ongoing joke in our family that we're only French when we fuck something up.
I mean, that's fair.
Now, okay, now let me ask you this, Devin. This Ancestry thing. This was a website that you go on and then they mail you something like a swab.
You buy a kit. You can buy a kit off Amazon. I bought the kit off Amazon. You can buy a kit. They range in price from $99 to things like she was like $69, and then they had one that's like $99, and then they had one that's like $150. But I caught the one that was $99 on sale for $69 around the holidays, so I bought it and mailed it in.
Now, is just the higher price ones just like more accurate?
More information, like
Gotcha.
in terms of like they'll go to like like food allergies based upon like you may be more susceptible to this food or like diet or whatever, or like health. They'll go like health concerns, like given the fact that you're from these regions, you may have a higher chance for this. That kind of thing. Right. It's kind of cool. Let me see what else we got. Benin and Togo, 1%. Indigenous Americas to the north, 1%. Which I think, hey, that's that spans from the Pacific Canadian coast to the northern Atlantic coastline. So yes, my Native American ancestors were partially, I guess, what would be modern Canadians.
Oh, so you're like 1% Canadian?
Yes.
Well,
that's how you know I'm nice.
Well, I'm
sorry. I'm nice. That's where I get my nice side from. I'm 1% nice. There you go, people. So if you catch me on a good day. Catch me on a good day. What else we got? And then less than 1% Sengali, which is again Africa.
That's another African thing?
Yeah, that's another African country. in Africa.
All right.
Africa. Yeah. So, Africa. So, that's that. And then specific communities, like apparently I'm part of the South Carolinian African Americans, which makes sense. Because I have family in South Carolina. But I'm also a part of the Mountain West Mormon Pioneers.
Well, wait. Hold on. Throw that one out there one more time.
The Mountain West Mormon Pioneers.
So like Utah? Like
Yeah, like the region here. I'm gonna just screenshot this region to you and show you specifically.
Am I far off? Is Utah part of it?
I believe so, yeah. You're not wrong.
Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of like Mormons and stuff in Utah. Oh, you sent it on Facebook.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's partly Utah up there.
Yeah, it isn't a marked map, so I was doing the same thing.
Wow, that's really like a long span that travels all the way down to Mexico.
Yep.
Wow.
It could be Mexican. Who knows? But yeah.
The Mountain West Mormon Pioneers. I love it.
Yep, that's primarily the people. A lot of the people from England, Wales, and northwestern Europe that kind of migrated here. That's where they mainly settled.
So, John, you could probably correct me here. I'm guessing, Wales, being in the area that it is, you get a lot of like rainfall throughout the year. It seems like, based off of this region that you just sent me, a lot of those people when they moved to, America, they chose to live out in like the driest fucking areas that they could pick.
They just said fuck water. They're like, who needs water?
Yeah.
Water's overrated.
I like those ones down in the south. They're like, yeah, we're just gonna go live out in the desert because I'm tired of all this rain. They just move from one extreme to the next.
Water's overrated. You didn't know that?
Well, you kind of need it to, live. But
nah, water's overrated.
I love rain.
I love sleeping. I love sleeping when it's raining.
I just love looking outside and like having like a torrential downpour or something. My love for rain and rainy weather, it comes from how everyone else is fucking miserable when it's raining out. So I think I just love more so the fact that everyone around me is miserable in that weather.
My old roommate loves puddles and water, like to the point where we were driving one day, he would like swerve to hit puddles.
My buddy Eric, in when we played the Vamp game together, Mayday Malkavian, who was obsessed with puddles.
Yeah, I know.
And Abraham. That was when I played Abraham. I used to always melt things into puddles.
Didn't you guys call them puddles?
Oh, I don't remember.
You should have called them puddles.
Probably.
That's a great nickname, by the way. 10 out of 10. If your nickname is Puddles, you're a good person.
Yep. Indeed. All right. So that's the ancestry thing. So you're mostly English and Welsh, by the sound of it.
Yeah, I mean, technically,
like that area,
mostly by like any one concentration. Yes.
Okay.
But I mean, if you add it up, technically, it's like 58%, 60%. Like
I will say my understanding when I did a family history, like a family tree type thing, and went pretty far back into my family history. And my Aunt Jan, she has like an entire book with our family tree that goes like ridiculously far back. It's my understanding that I'm mostly within that same region, like English, Irish, Scottish. Nice. Those are like my three primaries. So I know I'm Dutch in there somewhere.
Your mom adopted me for good reason.
Yeah. So
there you go. They're actually related. I'm calling it.
All right. So next thing you wanted, you had inquiries regarding the Arrow episode and possible DC.
Specifically wanted to like talk about the spoiler aspect. Well, first off, since you watched the episode again, I need to still watch it. Like I watched it, but I was doing like two other things at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of was like watching it with background noise, but I was watching it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? What do you think? How it ended? You cool with it?
Yeah, you know what? I am. I think it was spoiler alerts for anybody who watches Arrow or has not seen it.
It's crazy.
I think it was a good send off to Oliver Queen's character, and left it open for Arrow and the Canaries, and yeah, I like how they finally explained essentially where the Monitor took Felicity. They actually showed it, so I mean, yeah, it was a heartwarming thing. I'm curious as to what the fuck that was that crash landed and threw Diggle into a van.
That's what we're gonna talk about. Actually,
that little box.
That's what we're gonna talk about. Actually,
I have a theory, but mine's probably very wrong.
That's what we're gonna talk about. What's your theory?
I think it was based off the fact that he opened it up and it was green. I'm thinking it was like a Green Lantern ring.
It absolutely was.
Now, how do you know? So, they didn't show it.
It absolutely was, because this is the thing. So that's what I want to talk about. We know Green Lanterns are getting their own show. But done by the guy.
Is it going to be on the DC streaming
service?
No, it's
not. It's actually HBO.
Oh, it's going to be HBO?
Yeah, that's why when they first said it, I was like, really? Okay.
Oh, all right.
But it's done by the same guy who's doing all the CW shows. So I don't know if it's going to be HBO only purely for budget, because there's going to be a lot of CGI. They're just like, yeah, no, we need a network that has budget.
Right.
So they went to HBO for budget, or if there's actually going to be like an HBO show.
You can't tell me that CW doesn't have budget. I don't know. They're pretty popular now. Like,
I mean,
I've been okay with most all of their Flash and Supergirl CGI.
They don't look. Their effects don't look terrible
for a TV show.
Exactly, but during the Crisis, did you see like the one like when they were showing Oa on the One Earth, like when they were showing Oa, like that probably was like a good chunk of the CGI budget.
Fair.
Like, let's be realistic here, and HBO needs something else that after Game of Thrones left. So, I mean, I think they're kind of looking for something to replace that, so they can get the show over there and it does really, really well.
Man, I hope it does, because Green Lantern deserves something better than what it left off on with the Ryan Reynolds movie.
I mean,
that nobody liked.
Well, to be fair, that never happened according to Deadpool. He killed himself.
True.
He killed Ryan Reynolds before he took on that movie.
I mean, true, but
I choose to accept that canon.
Like, it's bad when Ryan Reynolds was the star of a movie that he didn't even like. Like,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, to be fair though, everybody who does, you have to do a bad if you do a bad superhero movie, you're destined to get recast in a good superhero movie.
Correct. Like how Captain America was the Human Torch.
Human Torch. And then he's what you call it?
Now he's America's ass.
Captain America. He's America's ass. That's America's ass.
Yeah. Who else in like the comic movies? Who else was recast? Who else has been recast from one role to another?
Hold on. Actors.
Like, I'm even willing to go across from like DC into Marvel or Marvel into DC.
Actors who appeared in both Marvel and DC movies. Ben Affleck, he was in Daredevil, and then he went on to do Batman and Superman, which wasn't necessarily better.
That's true. I didn't hate Affleck's Batman.
I didn't hate the Batman.
I hated the writing of the movie. Yeah,
I hated the movie. I didn't hate Batman. The Batman himself. It wasn't my favorite Batman, but I'll take it. I mean, it's fine.
Now, who was your favorite Batman of all time?
Honestly, I mean, like, it's hard. Like, I actually kind of like Val Kilmer's Batman. I know that sounds weird, but I think my favorite Batman, probably just because it felt like Batman, is probably just Christian Bale.
Okay.
Even though Christian Bale, I don't necessarily think made a good Batman. It's just that, or I don't think he made a good Bruce Wayne. That's a better way to put it. Okay. I think Christian Bale made a shitty Bruce Wayne, but I think he made a really good Batman.
All right.
if that makes sense. But yeah,
I think he also came out with, those Batman movies when they came out, they came out at just the right time where
I have a
they were
love-hate
decently
relationship with those.
written.
Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with those movies though,
Why?
because they set the tone for every other DC movie to come out since,
True.
and not every movie in DC needs to be like those movies.
True.
That's my biggest problem with those movies. Is those movies set the tone.
They were very
every...
they just seemed like dark is really the only
they
description
were dark.
for them, and it's not even dark. And it's not even dark as in like they were like dark and like evil. They were just like literally dark. A lot of it.
It was just dark storytelling. It was dark storytelling, which is fine. But every movie doesn't need to be dark.
I'm hoping for like the Flash movie is a lot more lighthearted because the Flash is a character.
Like Aquaman was kind of light. Aquaman was a lighter-hearted movie. So like, I have hope that they can do it, and it was one of the better ones. That's the sad part. Like, it was actually one of the better ones.
Yeah,
it was lighthearted, one of the better ones, and I think that's probably a good thing. So yeah, you had technically, and this was a small part, but you had James Marsden. He was in Superman Returns. And he was also in he was just like Richard White. I think he was what's his name, son or something like that. Perry White's son. But
okay.
He also was obviously Cyclops in the X-Men movies.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds went from Green Lantern to Deadpool, thank God. Chris Evans went from Fantastic Four
to Captain America and the Avengers.
Yep. And he was also in The Losers, technically. He was also in The Losers, which is technically a DC movie, but I'm not really going to count that.
Really?
Losers is actually a DC comic, but I'm not going there. Because technically at that point, then you had Idris Elba, who was also in The Losers in 2010, and then he was in Ghost Rider, which, okay. But he was in Thor, Dark World, and then Age of Ultron. So, I mean...
Wow, so Idris Elba has really he's probably jumped around the most from comic book characters then, huh?
Nah, it's still, in terms of comic book character movies, in terms of playing multiple characters, he wins on 3.
Yeah.
He wins on 3 so far. You had Lawrence Fishburne. He was in Man of Steel and
because he was Perry White.
Perry White, but he was also in the Silver Surfer. He was the voice of the Silver Surfer.
Oh,
in,
all right.
Silver Surfer movie. So again, bad movie, 2 good movies. You had Natalie Portman because technically V for Vendetta is a DC movie. I wouldn't call it a modern DC movie, but she went from that to being Jane.
Yeah.
Which, okay. Again, you had Hugo Weaving. He was in V for Vendetta, and then he was the Red Skull. So he was in V for Vendetta, and then he was Red Skull. You had the guy whose name I can't pronounce. Adwale Akinio. That guy. Anyway, he was Killer Croc in Suicide Squad and was in Thor: The Dark World. He was Algrim. He had Josh Brolin, who did the really shitty...
Wait, who was he in Thor: The Dark World?
Algrim.
Who the hell's Algrim?
Let me see.
Was he like one of the Frost Giants?
Like that, maybe. Like that Minotaur, spiky head looking dude.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, or no, he wasn't that guy. He was one of those guys. He was like the black elf guy with like the white hair. And it was dumb. Anyway, Josh Brolin, he was Jonah Hex in DC in 2010, and then he obviously wanted to be Thanos, so definitely a big step up.
Yep.
Michael Fassbender was in Jonah Hex's Burke, went on to be
Magneto. I forgot he was in that movie. Okay, yeah.
You had the guy that played Korath in Guardians of the Galaxy.
I don't know who that one is.
Was it Korath the Pursuer? Black guy, bald head, wearing like the armor, has like the implants on the side of his head.
How do you spell Korath?
Korath.
Korath, Guardians of the Galaxy. I gotta get a visual representation. Oh, okay.
Yeah. He was that guy. He played Midnight in Constantine, which is a DC movie.
Yep.
The chick who played Mariko in The Wolverine. She was also Mercy Graves in Batman vs Superman. So you see Ned Beatty was in Superman 78, Superman 2 and 80 as Otis. He was also in Captain America 1990 as Sam Kowalewicz? I can't talk right now. Kolowitz. There you go. Sam Kolowitz. There you go. He was Sam Kolowitz in the 1990s Captain America, which happened.
I think that's the Captain America. Wait, Captain America. Did he ever have a TV show too, or was it just pretty much a movie? One of them, dude. He goes over and he like punches a dude and steals his car.
That's probably right. That sounds right.
It's like, really? Captain America stole a car?
Tim Robbins is probably the only one that did a dramatic step down. So in 1986, Tim Robbins was in Howard the Duck. He was Phil Blumbert.
Yep.
And then in 2011, he was in Green Lantern as Hammond.
Yep. Hey, they're canceling the Howard the Duck show?
Movie, man?
Yeah, whichever one. Well, no, you remember how I think it was the DC Network or whatever was going to be making
Marvel, whatever.
Oh yeah. The Marvel was going to be making like the Howard the Duck, the Mordock, and the whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They decided, I think, to already shit can the fucking Howard the Duck portion of that. And one other one, I want to say the monkey one.
Detective Chimp.
Yeah.
Or no, that was Detective Chimp DC.
I think there was a monkey one. I don't remember, but I think they're considering just moving forward with just the Mordock show. I guess.
Okay, that's fine. Like, I get it. Like,
Well,
it hurts me, but I get it.
Man, they need a good reboot of Howard the Duck.
It hurts me, but I get
it. He gets a bad rap because like no one who remembers the original movie fucking likes it. Like,
I like the movie.
I like the movie, but like I don't think majority of
movie.
people know or like Howard the Duck. I think he needs a good retelling to try to get the new generation into liking.
He just needs a good publicist, all right? Like,
yeah, that's all it really is. That's really it is. Yep. Give him a good publicist. Get him a good writer. Give him a good script to follow. Be golden. He'll be right out there. He'll be right up there with fucking Scrooge McDuck.
I love how we're talking. Like, I would love if like an ongoing gag on the show, since Marvel's owned by Disney, is fucking he just had an ongoing feud with Scrooge McDuck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they were like high school buddies and whatever. And Howard's just bitter because Scrooge is fucking rich now.
You watch, Devin. Somewhere out there, like this is gonna get passed on and just kind of overheard by somebody. And then next thing you know, like directors in Marvel Studios are gonna fucking hear this, and then they're gonna take our ideas that we talk about, and they're gonna make millions off of it, and they're not even gonna acknowledge us because that's how business works.
You're probably right, but I mean, you know what? I know it. You'll know it. All the SU listeners will know it.
That's right.
That's what matters to me.
That's right. Can I sideline you for 1 second and just direct you towards the SU Discord general chat?
The milk cube?
The milk cube. Yes, I posted that yesterday. How disgusting do you think that would be?
If it was real?
Yeah. Dude, by the time I solved a Rubik's Cube, that shit would be coming out like cottage cheese.
I mean, that's a punishment for taking so long.
They'd be coming out like solid cubes of milk. Like, it's so gross. Anyway.
Brought back that Malcolm in the Middle episode. Mom, my milk is chunky. Chew it.
Chew it. God damn it. Honestly, that sounds like something. That sounds like something my mom would tell me when I was a kid. Yeah.
Anyway.
So okay, go back
Tommy
to
Lee Jones. I mean, there's a couple people. Yeah, Tommy Lee Jones. He was in Batman Forever in 1985, and then he was in Captain America: The First Avengers as Colonel Chester Phillips.
Yep.
Parker Posey. She was in Blade Trinity, which is the worst Blade movie, and then she went to Superman Returns.
Whoa.
Blade Trinity is the worst Blade movie. Don't even.
Which one's the one with the little vampire chihuahua?
That's the 3.
That's Trinity, right?
It's terrible.
And with Triple H?
It's terrible.
Whoa. But that one also had Ryan Reynolds.
It had Ryan Reynolds. You're right. It had Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds was technically in 3 different
in Marvel. He was actually technically in Marvel too. Yes, you're right. They didn't have that on there. They need to fix that. I will go edit this IMDb page later. Well, this particular list in IMDb later. But yeah. Yeah. Anyway, Zoe Saldana, she was in The Losers as well, and then she went on obviously to as good as to
Gamora.
become Gamora. So that was cool. Then Halle Berry, she was in Catwoman, and then went on to do she was in X-Men 1 and 2. Did Catwoman in a very misguided.
Have you seen that Catwoman?
Yes.
Was it any good?
No.
Is it worth me watching?
For the memes, maybe.
Okay. Well, it's one of those things where it's like, that I know of.
Watch that movie and do an SU on that movie for some godforsaken reason.
Well, here's the thing: is out of all the comic book movies that have been released, there are only that I can think of. There are only 2 that I have not seen. And that's the Catwoman with Halle Berry and the newest Fantastic Four one with the god-awful looking
I refuse
thing.
to watch. I refuse to watch any more Fantastic Four movies. Like, I'm done with that shit.
Well, I watched all the other ones.
I watched all the others too, but I refuse to watch any more.
Yeah, I have not watched the one with like the god-awful thing and where Human Torch and Invisible Woman are like adopted step siblings or something. I don't know how that works, but yeah, that's that movie and the Catwoman movie are the only 2 that I have not seen for comic book movies. And I was just wondering if I should go ahead and cross the Catwoman movie off my list.
You don't have to cross it off your list.
Am I going to regret watching it?
I think it's worth it for the memes. Like, it's worth it to watch and just laugh at the movie. It's not a good movie by any stretch of anybody's imagination.
Is she hot in the movie?
I mean, it's
a female lead. I've watched movies for less.
A Life of Beth is proof.
Listen. I found another list. Okay, get that. Hold on, I'm gonna sidetrack you on this one real quick. I found a list, and I was going over this with Clay. It was like the top 25 movies that got blasted by critics, like shit on by critics, but were extremely underrated. Like they were.
Was Life After Beth on that list?
It was not. But another Aubrey Plaza movie was. And I was like, oh, I should go watch this one now. Because I will find an Aubrey Plaza movie that redeems her role from Life After Beth. I am determined. If I have to go find Aubrey Plaza myself, pitch her a movie idea, and then make her be in it to redeem her from Life After Beth, so be it.
My challenge is you. I will admit defeat if you find a movie for her and pitch her a movie, and at no part in it do you accidentally try to make that pitch porn.
God damn it. Well, listen, okay, now hold on. We have to specify. Can there be nude scenes?
Gratuitous topless scenes. Gratuitous nudity scenes.
Okay, gratuitous, sure. But, like, what if it's tasteful? Topless scenes? What if it's classy, okay?
What makes
Listen, don't question me. Don't you question me.
Topless scene classy. I want to know in Webby's mind what makes a topless scene classy. Like, is she wearing a top hat? Like, does that make it classy?
Yes.
She has a monocle. Like, she's topless with a monocle, so it's classy. It's fine.
Yes.
Now, I just kind of want to see a movie where someone in the script that makes sense. They're just a topless woman with a monocle. I'd be like, all right, touche, sir, touche.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna figure it out.
I'm gonna see Webby on Twitter like, yo, RB Plaza, I need to cast you in a movie with tasteful topless nudity.
Do you think she'd go for it?
I'm thinking a top hat.
I'm gonna go write this tweet now.
Oh, shit.
I think she'll go for it. I'm just saying.
I mean, it just depends. If you wait like 15 years and she's not getting roles, I'm sure too.
Fair enough. When she's desperate, she needs to pay rent on her one fucking bedroom fucking loft apartment or whatever. It's like, yo, I need rent money. How much you offering to do this classy topless scene?
I got $3 and a cheeseburger from Big Boy. I'm in.
That's the best. Man, I'm honestly glad that like no Hollywood like movie people ever wanted to pitch me like, if they ever found out that I would literally work for food, they give you free food on set. Like, they wouldn't have to pay me. I would just be in their movies for the food.
Webby's just going to be I want to see Webby like next year. Like if Webby's ever homeless, he's just going to be an extra in every movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like,
Yep.
It's like I'm gonna be watching a movie in the theater. Like, is that fucking Webby in the background there? He's that random guy on the motorcycle,
dude,
driving around.
I'm gonna hit a streak of bad luck, right? And I'm gonna become homeless, and you're gonna be like, dude, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna be like, I'm going to fucking Hollywood. Like, that's my answer. I'm gonna go be a movie star. Can't stop me.
That's how every movie starts off. They move to California. They're homeless. They have no money in their pocket. They wait tables, and everybody in California waits tables, and also is a model or actor.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a model or actor, but waiting tables is my day job. Well, clearly you're not very successful at anything you're doing right now because my coffee is empty and you're shitty at your job. Just throw that out there. You probably should do better. My personal favorite one, also here, pro tip: if you ever want to be a stripper, if anybody ever wants to be a stripper, and you're embarrassed about being a stripper, first off, don't be embarrassed about being a stripper. You're doing the Lord's work. But more importantly, just say you're actually an actress and you're researching a part.
Yeah. Also,
or just do it in a top hat, and it's classy. Then it's fine.
First off, yes. Second off,
be a stripper with a monocle.
I don't know. Listen, I'm not saying that I've ever been to a strip club because,
Webby can neither confirm nor deny that he's ever been to a strip club.
That's right. But all I'm saying is the girls there, the dancers, they need to stop using the excuse of, I'm putting myself through, college or whatever, because they all seem to say that.
15 years, and I've seen you since day one. So this is the longest bachelor's program ever.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm on
honest. My fourth divorce. This is the longest bachelor program ever. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah, I'm sure some of the girls, it's not as attractive if they're sitting there saying, "Oh yeah, I do this so I can, get coke money." But hey, at least the honesty's there.
Coke money. Sometimes they just make money. Strippers make a lot of money, man.
Yeah.
Stripping is a great profession. It's just not a long-term profession.
This country,
nobody wants to go in the strip club and see the 65-year-old stripper. Nobody wants to see that person. I'm not saying that person doesn't this. I'm not saying they don't belong there. I'm just saying that it makes people sad, and then you get the $20 sympathy tips.
Yeah, but this country was built on booze and brothels, and it should just go back to that. That's all I'm saying.
I'm fine with that.
Oh, so that makes me want to look something up. Hold on.
Booze and brothels?
Oh no, I've looked up that all already.
If we ever start another podcast,
it's going to be called Booze and Brothels.
Yep.
Okay, but it's going to have to be a weekly podcast where we drink a booze and give a review of it, or go to brothels.
Fuck a podcast. TLC will fucking put anything on air. We're going to go to TLC and pitch a show where they're going to pay us to go around the world, review alcohol and brothels.
I'm game. This sounds like honestly, this sounds like a dream job.
Let's just see how many seasons we can milk TLC for.
Okay,
TLC but put anything on air.
When we're not traveling and we're doing the interview sections where we're just in a little back studio or something, recording clips of us talking, we're sitting in those director's chairs or whatever.
It's all going to be on location. It's going to be on location. It's going to be like the Man Show.
No. Well, even the Man Show had, they had a set, and then they had the video clips and stuff of them on locations at places. They eventually had a set.
They did, you're right.
If we ever get big enough on that show that we have our own set, I demand that we have a baby panda that wears a t-shirt with a panda face on it.
That's fine. And if it's not in the budget to have a real baby panda because they're endangered or whatever, we can just hire a little person and put on a panda suit.
I don't think it'll be the same, but I'm still game for it.
But then they can kick somebody else in the shins. They can kick the guests in the shins and walk off.
Okay.
I think it'd be fun.
Yeah. All right. Fair.
It's a little angry panda kicking people in shins and walking off.
Booze and brothels, TLC. Okay, make it happen with me and Devin. Me and Devin are going to be your hosts. We are willing to travel to make this happen.
Yes.
Okay. It'll be like what's that guy who goes around and eats food at all the different places that taste what it tastes like?
Here, I'll tell you what, TLC.
It'll be like that, just with booze.
I'll even lay out the fucking like money for you. All right. All you got to do is you just got to cover our traveling expenses, and then just pay us for the first season. Pay us a salary of $65,000 each. That's it. We're done. I'm happy with that.
Wait, but they're not gonna pay for the booze or the brothels?
No, they are. I'm saying like our travel and production. They're paying our travel and production, and they're just gonna give us a salary of $65,000.
Oh yeah, I'm game. That sounds phenomenal.
That's fine. Like we will be the lowest budget show.
And we will go anywhere you want us to. Except for Snake Island, but I don't think anyone's allowed there, so that's fine. Because there won't be booze or brothels on that island. But yeah, we'll go anywhere TLC wants to send us to try out booze and brothels.
Yep.
Okay.
Come on, TLC.
Listen, I'm willing to do this.
Me too.
Sacrifices must be made.
So, listeners, this may be the last episode of SU.
If TLC calls us, you know what? No, unless it's a stipulation that TLC says we have to stop the podcast, in which case I'm sorry, but if that's not a stipulation for TLC to send us to these places, I'll do the podcast on the road.
You're right. We may just be slightly more drunk.
Oh, we will for sure be drunk. We will be for sure. And there might be women talking in the background that I don't understand.
In elbow deep hookers.
Yeah.
Other than that, we basically what I'm trying to say is, guys.
Well, they're not called hookers.
Hollywood won't change us. Hollywood will just enable us to be our true selves.
They're not called hookers at that point. I don't remember what they're called, but we're going to call them brothel ladies.
We're going to call them
because that sounds classy.
We're going to call them our castmates.
Yes.
our co-host.
Someone get me the number to TLC. I need to call them and make this happen.
TLC put anything on air at least for a season.
Yep.
And we just have to get enough of a cult following that then Netflix buys us out, and then we have a better budget with Netflix.
Nice. Agreed.
Until eventually somebody says something, and then we get canceled by the internet. But it's my dream to get canceled by the internet, so it's all good.
Yeah, you know what it's going to be, though, is Netflix is going to buy us out from TLC. And then we're going to work for Netflix. And then the Marvel Studios, they're over at Disney, they're going to contact Netflix and say, yeah, these guys are our brainchild. We've gotten a lot of information from these guys regarding our movies. They work for us. You can't use them. And then we're going to get shit kicked from Netflix, and then Marvel won't hire us on. And we're going to be right back to where we started.
And then 15 years from now, me and Webby are going to be telling our kids, that's how we became Disney princesses.
Yeah.
The end.
The end.
And that is how we became Disney princesses.
God damn it. This is the best fictional life I've ever lived. And it has a happy ending.
Hold on 1 second, dude. Keep talking a second.
Oh, keep talking. Devin's leaving me now. He's got a phone call, apparently. I thought we were going to have a special pop-in guest. Let me go check on that. Pop-in. He's currently playing a game. So, yeah, on the Facebook page, go ahead and write us on that, telling us what you think of. This is technically Devin's idea. Well, I mean, I brought up booze and brothels, but Devin pitched the idea of traveling around. So tell us what you think of the idea, and if you think it would work. I muted myself that whole fucking time. Hopefully I wasn't muted the entire time.
Oh, shit. I'm back.
I started talking, but then I typed something, and I think I accidentally muted myself, so I don't know how long I've been muted.
All right. Well, I wasn't gone that long, so welcome back, people.
Yeah.
A little break.
I apologize for that. But yeah, go to the Facebook page and tell us what you think of our booze and brothels idea, and if you think TLC should pick it up. I'm willing to start like a petition and get signatures. I'll walk around on the streets and be like, "Yo, would you watch this show?" And then if a guy was like, "No, not really," I'd probably break his arm. I'd put him in like a hammerlock and be like, "Yo, sign it right now."
Sign the petition. Sign the petition.
And then we could go to TLC and be like, "Yo, we got like 150,000 signatures saying that they want this show with us as hosts. So let's make this happen." Are you opening a package? What did you get?
Tomorrow is my goddaughter's birthday. She was born a day too late. And I ordered a item that now I have to make sure is actually like not been opened, because it definitely, when I opened it, definitely had Christmas wrapping paper on it, like on the back of it.
Okay.
So I got to make sure it wasn't like bought at Christmas, opened, and then returned.
All right.
But I also don't want to open the item, but I don't have a choice because I'd rather know now so I can fix the problem than later. No, it's still in the box. It's still in the pack. It's pretty good. Okay. It just looks better.
So what did you end up getting her?
I got her the Sprinkle Art Shaker by Crayola. I can't talk.
Sprinkle Art Shaker. Okay.
Basically, it's a really nice way. They have like, it has like these glue pens, and you can draw on there, and then you pour the glitter and the sprinkles inside, and you can shake it, and it won't get glitter and shit all over the floor.
Yeah,
and then all the excess glitter, you just turn it up, tap it a couple times, it'll sprinkle down into like a little compartment, and you can just re-empty the sprinkles back into a container.
Yep.
And you can contain sprinkles on your floor. So
smart. That's a smart idea.
Not as smart as our TV show idea, but
yeah. Well, that still needs,
I'm
a couple 100,000 signatures.
I don't even think it needs that much. It's fucking TLC we're talking about here.
Well,
like, come on, TLC.
We'll see.
We can do a trial episode for like some free food. I'm fine with that. You pay travel and you pay for the brothel and the booze. Buy us some food, and we can do a trial run. I'm fine with that.
Yep. I will go visit. Me and Devin will go on location to anywhere. And as long as there is a brothel,
let's go
in
Thailand.
The area.
We can't go wrong.
Well, I was thinking somewhere a little closer first, like
True.
Nevada, because I think
let's just go to Canada.
I think it's legal there.
Nevada or Canada. I think prostitution is technically kind of sort of. It's like pseudo legal in Canada. I think it's legal to. It is legal to offer sexual services, if I'm not mistaken, but you cannot purchase sexual services.
Well, what the half of that transaction is?
You have to get creative.
Okay, so that's where you say
all money spent is for time and companionship, not for sexual services.
No, so that's when you say, "Oh, this $300 or whatever in this envelope is just a gift."
It's a gift, or all money that changes hands is just for time.
No, that's why you put it in an envelope first and set the envelope down somewhere. Then you'd be like, that way it's not even going from one hand to another. You're just like that. I think that envelope is yours, and then they take it and walk away. I
happened to leave this envelope of $485 here on this counter, and then I forgot about it. But then when I realized it, I just didn't care anymore, and I figured it was better in her hands than it was in mine. You can't arrest me for that. You can't arrest me for being charitable.
There's got to be some sort of legal loophole around the way you word things.
There is. It definitely is.
Well, as I was trying to tell the listeners earlier, we were potentially going to have a special pop-in guest, but they're currently playing a video game and not answering my messages. So I don't know where they are.
Why is Clay not answering your message?
How'd you know it was Clay?
Because I see Clay is playing a video game and he's online.
That's a true statement. So
I'm smirt.
You are smirt, and it's your birthday. All right.
I'm smirt mofo. What was your question? Oh, well, because it was that, and because they've been hinting that he's going to be that he's John Stewart. Like you look at his name is John Diggle clearly, but you look at like his father. His father was General Stewart. You look at his father in that episode was named General Stewart. Signs that John. All right, Diggle is John. That's the question. I'm speculating, and I'm not sure. So, well, this is the thing. I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know because that technically that Green Lantern was on a different Earth. Like that Green Lantern promo they were showing in the thing was on a different Earth. So, in that show, is my understanding of it so far is going to be like an anthology show where it's going to have that like multiple. It's going to focus on like a group of lanterns, and there's going to be like different episodes where each one is kind of the focus. My understanding of what we know about it so far. So I don't know if we're gonna have him popping in if he's gonna get his own show on the CW and make guest appearances on that show, or if he's going to be like because I mean Green Lanterns are cosmic level people. They deal with mainly cosmic level threats. So yeah, so assuming that's gonna be the case, he's probably gonna be like popping in everybody's shows, like in the future or popping in everybody's shows. Going, like kind of like a support, like a guest character in everybody's show. This is what I'm thinking, specifically because then like you go back to the episode where the other Flash came back. The other Flash came back from the future, and he said, "Oh, you don't have your ring here yet." He was talking about Diggle, like you don't have your ring yet, and all that. So I mean, like, no, they were talking to Diggs about his ring. Yep. It was I think it was the older Flash from that Futures timeline or whatever. Yeah. It's been kind of hinted at over all the seasons pretty much that he is in fact Green Lantern. So I mean, no, I mean, where we at time wise? All right, so we can kill 8 more minutes somehow. We can let's go to dark shower thoughts because I think that's more our speed anyway. Yep. Yeah, I was reading your messages to him. Was I even in last night? I lost. And I lost. I mean, I'll lose the cat. That's fine. I don't mind losing the cat. I'll lose the cat. I do. So I do plan on getting the game this weekend or tomorrow maybe, and I will be making myself. Well, I'm still going to be editing myself. I'm still going to be editing myself, and I'll be giving it to John because I want you to see when I'm actually finished making myself. I want you to see what I look like versus what John made me look like, and I guarantee you, like, oh, that's really good. 1, 2. I'm actually planning on probably doing a series, like a streaming series where I'm gonna just take myself, do like the road thing, like the actual career mode, where like I start as like an NXT recruit. make myself an NXT recruit and try to make my try to get to WrestleMania. From no. That I'll actually play because it's gonna be like I'll be understated the whole time. Like you start, when you start the game, I think you start at like stats like 50 overall or something like that, or like 65 overall, and so you're like competing with like everybody. But I'm playing on the hardest difficulty, possibly playing without any indicators. Playing it with just the meter at the bottom only because you kind of need to see how many counters and shit you have because it gets really annoying when you don't know how many counters you have because you do things differently. Which I could argue and say that I could not do that and just make it more interesting. But yeah, other than that, that's it. But yeah, so dark shower thoughts. Um, First dark shower thought: cannibalism can prevent world hunger and overpopulation. Yup. This isn't really much more as a dark shower thought, but this does ties to what we were talking about earlier. Kind of. Strippers, which in many cases are looked down upon, probably earn more money than the average person at their job. Me either. I mean, theoretically, not even including going on stage, if a woman if a girl was stripping and she showed up and she was able to do just unlimited amount of lap dances for 8 hours straight and left at 5-minute songs at $20 a song, she is raking in the money right there. I mean, think about that. She's getting paid $20 every 5 minutes. That's pretty good money. Pretty good money. So every 10 minutes, she's getting $40. Every hour, she's getting $240. Right, and that's not even including getting on stage. That's not even including like center stage work. That's just saying like she was just doing private dances at $20 a song. Me too. Here's another one. If blackface was acceptable, there would probably be a Snapchat filter for it. Every time you take a shit, you are getting raped from the inside. You're right. Unless it's Taco Bell shits. Taco Bell shits are never. Oh damn. I mean, I do that now. Oh yeah, it's the sugar. The sugar is what gives you the hangover. Yeah, no. The sugar is for sure is what gives you a hangover. Like if you really want to drink all night and don't drink anything with hangover, my personal go-to drink is I drink tequila with a lime and over like some seltzer water or something like that. Even though it has a bunch of sugar in it, but it's fine. No, but Dr. Pepper does. Okay, well here's a dark thought. So that line in the opening song for Muppet Babies that goes, "When your room seems kind of weird and you wish that you weren't there, just close your eyes and make believe and you can be anywhere," is designed to teach young children how to deal with the trauma of getting raped. You're right. Go for it. It's about a baby dying, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's definitely about a baby dying. Um, hold on. Mm-hmm. Hold on. Dark nursery rhymes. It's a whole other episode we can do on dark nursery rhymes. But mm-hmm. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot. It's just I find that's actually like I guess relevant that everybody would know the reference to, as opposed to like well, that one. I'm saying I'm trying to find another. I mean, "Rockabye Baby" is one interpretation of this famous lullaby. Is it about the son of King James II of England and Mary of Medina? It is widely believed that the boy was not their son at all, but a child who was brought into the birthing room and passed off as their own in order to ensure a Roman Catholic heir to the throne. It's also considered to be about a baby dying. Ring Around the Rosie. Devins always kind of dark. The plague is what some people. Yep. I mean, well, I guess it's Gerard's fault. It's Gerard's fault. Yep. So you can even better, even higher than Abraham. Yep. I told you, I'm playing Gerard to be. I was playing Gerard to be evil. I still want to be evil with Gerard, but I want to serve a good cause. Like I want to be evil for Lilith. I'll hail Lilith. Yep. Here's a not so depressing shower thought, just real quick to end it off on. Normally, you empty your drink from the top, but when you use a straw, you empty it from the bottom. I mean, you can do that. You can do that. You can't do that with like Kool-Aid and oil. You find the right person. Also, too, the F word is a Swiss Army knife of the English language. You drink antifreeze as Did it taste like cherry? Mistakes were made. So, I mean, really, did you get any money out of that? There you go, right? Life advice. Life advice from Devin. One life advice from Devin that's literally needs to happen for this is my own life advice I need to take. I need to buy more batteries for my fountain. I did. I bought batteries the other day, but I forgot to turn it off the other day and it died. And I was like, God damn, I bought batteries. But you know, it is what it is. Boom. Okay, boom. Here we go. Life pro tip, people. Life advice. When ordering a Lyft or Uber, use your neighbor's address and meet the driver outside. So that way, if they're a serial killer, they won't kill you. Well, I mean, like if they come back that night, like I know where this person lives, I'm going to kill them. It's like, well, you don't know where they live, you know. Also, Webby, life pro tip for you: you, sir, need to figure out the exact distance someone will deliver, like the closest house someone will deliver to, and order from there, and just drive 5 minutes up the road and pick up your pizza from their house. And then drive back, so you don't have to drive all the way to town to order pizza.
All right.
That's my advice for you, sir. That's personal advice, because I know you live out in the woods, and people don't want to deliver there because they're scared little bitches.
That's a true statement. Except for, like, I don't know, we've started getting Grubhub that delivers out here now.
Because Grubhub's like, fuck it, we need the money. We don't care if our drivers die.
It's pretty much what it is, I think. I also
like, we have numbers.
I'm not gonna lie.
Services may have quality, but we have numbers. God damn it!
I'm also
just throw people out there. Who cares if they die?
I'm not gonna lie to you, Devin. I just looked at my OBS recording, right? And I realized that my microphone on that was muted for I don't know how long. It wasn't when we started the recording, but somewhere in the line it got muted. It's not muted now. So I'm sure we're going to say, oh, hey, Webby, for a good chunk of that, we couldn't hear you. We could only hear Devin. So this is a Devin-centric episode. and you're only going to get part of some conversations, I'm sure, for
That's
however
fine.
long that happened. Because audio mistakes happen in life, folks, and you can't fix everything. And me and Devin, contrary to popular belief, we're not perfect. We make mistakes as well. And I'm not going to drag Devin into doing a whole new recording just to fix a little section that might have gotten muted. Unlike the one time I did it with Rob. Me and Rob, we recorded one whole episode, and I realized that I was muted the whole time. And then so I was like, Rob, you want to do it again? He's like, sure. So we recorded the same exact episode, and we even tried to like act surprised on certain parts. It was bad. This is usually why I have Craig in here, but we didn't even get Craig into the call because fuck Craig today.
You know what? Exactly. Fuck Craig. It's my birthday. Who cares?
Yeah. So I do apologize for however long it was that you guys could not hear my audio, but you definitely had Devin's audio, and that's our episode. We're still learning. Hey, you know, we're what, 150 plus episodes in, I believe, something like that. And listen, mistakes, they happen. I don't know. That's all I got. Devin, where can people find you on the internet if they want to yell at you about me fucking up this audio?
You guys can find me on Twitter at DNP_Pookie. You can find me on Twitch at Poo Killed Me. And you can find me on eBay running wild on your ass. Yeah. That's it.
Okay. And as always, you guys can follow me on Twitter at Jax Forest Walker, all one word, on Twitch at DM Webby, on Instagram at Patrick.Webster52, and on eBay at I don't give a fuck, audio mistakes happen.
Yep.
So
also, too, this weekend, if you guys are going to go Super Bowl party and you gotta make a guacamole, buy your avocados now.
Yeah, buy them now.
Buy your fucking avocados now because they're gonna be out, or the grocery store is gonna be like, all we got left is the organic avocados, which may or may not be the regular avocados that we're throwing in the organic section for the extra money.
I don't think I've ever had avocado or guacamole.
You're missing out. I enjoy guacamole a lot.
I'll have to try it at some point.
Mexican food is my favorite food of all time. So, I mean, you know.
Mine is pizza.
I mean, pizza's good. But have you had a Mexican pizza from Taco Bell?
No. I'm sure it's phenomenal. But it's still a pizza. That's why I love pizza so much, is you can literally put anything on a pizza and try it, and it's still technically a pizza.
Pizzas are good.
So you can't say...
I like pizza. I like pizza, but...
They're very diverse.
Bad pizza.
True.
Bad pizza is still good pizza. Like, bad pizza's still okay. Like, I'll still eat a bad pizza, but I will... But, I mean, to be fair, like, burritos are right there. Like, I would still eat a bad burrito.
Yeah.
And burritos are acceptable all the time. Like,
true. I even like those, like I even like those, like, 89-cent fucking...
Like gas station microwave burritos? Of course.
Yeah, like the frozen burritos that you just throw in a microwave.
Yeah, of course. Those are fine. Those are totally fine. There's nothing wrong with those.
Besides, even a shitty burrito can be made better with hot sauce. So
yeah, I mean, hot sauce and more cheese. Just fuck more cheese into it and cover it in hot sauce, and it's fine.
With that, as always, everybody, thank you for listening. We hope you enjoy this episode. Happy birthday again to one of my best friends, Devin. And fuck Booster Gold.
Fuck Booster Gold.
And fuck Karen from Subway. And fuck Mike. Whoever that guy was that we were fucking throwing out yesterday in the fucking shitter.
Yeah, fuck Mike.
He still ain't got shit on Karen from Subway.
Nope.
So. Yeah, my recording's working now, ain't it, folks? Now.